welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Chivas Guadalajara versus Atlas FC in the 2023 Liga MX Clausura quarterfinal leg 2. Clásico Tapatio. They played quarterfinals last year. They will again. Chivas Atlas, of course, this season. Second straight Clausura quarterfinal between these rivals. 1-0 to Atlas. Atlas on aggregate, but even though that's a home goal, doesn't matter. It's about the seeding of the teams. Chivas, the higher seeded team. That would put them through if they win 1-0 on the night, or it's a 1-goal win. They would go through on the tie because of their seeding. Atlas has to win outright. Simple as. Chivas Guadalajara contra Atlas FC. Cuartos de final. La Liga MX Clausura. Liguilla. 0-1 global. Should be a good game here. Clásico Tapatio. Partido. Yeah, I know. I saw. I checked it. Curiosity killed the cat. They did so well until they screwed it up. Well, technically, no. Atlas are lower ranked than Tigres, so they would play Monterrey. Chivas would play America. Yeah. It's about where they're seeded, so it reseeds them. Lowest seed plays 1. Chivas is 3, so they would play America, who's 2. First leg, Stadio Akron, but if they were to win. Preakness Steaks commercial on a Liga MX match on Telemundo? Okay. With that being said, starting 11s are as follows. For Chivas, Miguel Jimenez in goal. The back four, Antonio Briseño, Jesus Orozco, Gilberto Sepulveda, Alan Mozo. The midfield four, Isaac Brizuela, Fernando Gonzalez, Fernando Beltran, Victor Guzman. Front two, Alexi Vega and Roberto Alvarado. For Atlas in goal, you have Camilo Vargas. The back four of Luis Reyes, Gary Aguirre, Diego Barbosa, Hugo Nervo. Defensive midfielders, Aldo Rocha and Jeremy Marquez. Attacking midfielders, Aziel Herrera, Brian Lozano. Strikers, Julio Furch and Julian Quinones. Panovich versus Mora, the managers. Should be a good one, honestly. I feel like San Jose might actually win. They've actually been good this year. I can't believe it. Oilers Kings later. Or Oilers Knights. Well, close enough. Oilers Knights. Crazily enough, the Leafs would have played, but we're still live tonight. Just not the way I honestly wanted it and not the way I expected it. Nothing against Chivas and Atlas, but, well, you know. Just look on this channel. Nothing against Chivas and Atlas, but you know why. See, the playoff beard is gone. It is, I trimmed it, but the sides are gone. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here for this one. Technically, I'm live Tuesday anyway, as well. So, those 2 days, which would have been 6 and 7, are just different things. Good for them. What's your thoughts of leg 2 between Toluca and Tigres? Tigres did enough to go through. They should have lost that game, as in they should have lost the tie. They should have lost that tie. The fact they didn't is a complete question. I don't understand how they didn't. They got the 1 goal they needed. They shouldn't have. They just sneaked their way through that tie. But hey, if that's what you want them to do. 5 million live in Guadalajara metro area. It must be a ghost town right now because they're either at the game or watching the game in their house. Nobody's on the streets. You have a point. Everybody's watching this game. Have a point. Clásico Tapatio. second leg. Chivas is back, but can they turn this around against Atlas, who were just bicampeón last year? How things change. Atlas snuck in. Chivas looked like the better team. Last year, Atlas were the big guns. Chivas were the ones who snuck in. It's changed. Timbers 2 win 3-1. Let's go. They're 12th now in the West, 2 points behind St. Louis. Yeah, MLS Next Pro for St. Louis and Toronto sucks this year. I understand why Toronto, well, no, actually, I understand what St. Louis does, but I don't understand what Toronto does. I'm starting to feel like them losing Alonso Coelho is the reason, but that's just my hypothesis for TFC2 also sucking. Alonso Coelho might just be the guy. He was amazing last year. I didn't know he was MLS ready, but turns out he is. And turns out TFC2 might have needed him because he hasn't played there at all this season because of the call-up and then the injury, of course. I mean, I think that's my hypothesis about why TFC2 sucks is no Coelho. I think that's the point. As well as TFC, the main team sucks when Coelho don't play. I don't know about you, but he might actually be more than MLS level. And he was a draft pick. Who said college teams don't make good players? Who said the college system don't make good players? Yeah, he's Spanish, but he went to FAU, so let it be, right? Teams are walking out. Atlas wearing their gray away kits. Turns out that's actually their away kit. I thought that was just something they wore against Philly. 4 minutes till kickoff. I do like those gray away kits, though. Who do you think will win the Clausura? I think it's either Chivas or Monterrey. It's one of the two. I think Chivas or Monterrey are going to win the Clausura. I think Chivas, they very good defensively. I think they're back. I think Monterrey has just been perfect at every level this year so far, or this season so far. So it's going, I feel like we're going to see a Chivas Monterrey final, and it's going to be a tough one for both sides, but we will definitely cover that. Depending on what they do for the semifinal, maybe there'll be a Thursday, Sunday semifinal to where I could cover that with TFC on Wednesday, Saturday. But if they're both Wednesday, Saturday, I can't cover the semifinal this year because TFC plays Wednesday, Saturday. But if there's a second semifinal Thursday, Sunday, I will be live for that one, whether that be Monterrey Tigres or America Chivas. I hope it's America Chivas. Honestly, I want to see Chivas. Just honestly, for the case, I want to see them in Champions League once again. I think I have a lot of respect for Chivas. Ironically enough, I do. I do want some revenge for 2018, but not after. Well, after 2018, I want some revenge with Chivas, but I don't think we'll get it next year. Who knows? Maybe we'll go ass over tea kettle in the Leagues Cup or MLS Cup and Toronto makes CCL, but we'll find out. Probably not. No love for Tigres. Not this season, no. Not after what they did to Leon in Champions League. I get you've had 3 managers. I get Coca left high and dry. Ruiz sucked. And then Siboldi is Siboldi. But you shouldn't even have got through Toluca. Toluca should have won that tie. Cordova saved your ass. You're lucky you were through. Monterrey. Oh, Yeah, we may just get a Clásico Regio as well if Chivas wins tonight. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to go your way. I get it's a Clásico as well as technically America Chivas. Clásico Nacional. We could have 2 semifinal Clásicos. That would be cool. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go Tigres' way. They got lucky to get out of there to the semifinal, let alone. Monterrey is too damn perfect. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Unless Tigres finds a way throughout the... somehow just wins on Derby BS. And Monterrey has a horrible 2 games. And even then, I don't see Tigres beating America or Chivas. So, 79 degrees, sunny day down in Guadalajara. Chivas wearing red and white stripes. Atlas wearing their gray away kits. They may. Timbers may slap up Tigres. You may. 193 matches against each other. Chivas with 70 wins. Atlas with 59, 64 draws. Pretty even side. First leg, Quiñones beat Chivas 1-0 for Atlas. Draw 3-3 on match day 13. 90 degrees in Portland, and it's storming in 78 here. Thank God I have Peacock. Victor Alfonso Caceres Hernandez is the referee. Center ref, Pablo Luna, Jonathan Olmos, the assistants, Fernando Guerrero Ramirez, the fourth. VAR, Jorge Duran. The VAR referee, the assistant, Jorge Camacho. Evander's actually getting there. He's actually looking good. Player of the week? I say so. MLS-wise. Now, if you just went through all of CONCACAF, he might be as well, but teams are circled up. We'll kick off shortly. Starting 11s. That is a cool Liga MX ball, though, with the green. I like it. Wonder. Again, Jimenez, Briseño, Orozco, Sepulveda, Mozo, Guzman, Beltran, Gonzalez, Brizuela, Vega, Alvarado, Atlas, Vargas, Nervo, Barbosa, Aguirre, Reyes, Rocha, Marquez, Herrera, Lozano, Furch, Quiñones. We've kicked off 8 seconds in. Here we go. Beltran is down, holding his head. Got the header. Lost the battle to Rocha. I guess he didn't, but Rocha, I don't really see it per se. Here we go. Free kick for Chivas. Far out. Matches and tournaments. Chivas 23 wins. Header. That'll be a foul. Free kick for Atlas the other way. You need this to go to penalties. It won't. If it's tied after 180, the team with a higher seed goes through. There's no penalties till the final. Did you forget that? First minute. 4-3-3, 4-4-2 formation. Interesting. Why'd Fought Mob say 4-2-2-2? I legitimately can't believe that Veljko Paunovic is one of the best managers in Liga MX. Legitimately. What happened? Do the Fire just suck? Do Chicago just suck? Hell, Velko Paunovic sucked in the championship. What? I mean, good for Chivas, but seriously, though. Hi, Ron. Love the Liga MX watch-alongs. Thank you, thank you. We're finally back to them, thanks to the Leafs choking. So, was going to be live today anyway, but it worked out for the Liga MX fans. Not so much for me. I mean, I have no problem doing Liga MX watch-alongs, but you're telling me to do it over the Leafs? Yeah, they actually have to be out, so that's the bad part. 3 minutes. In the final, 2 teams are tied after both legs. Match will go to extra time, then penalties. I know, I'm just saying. No penalties until the final. Repechaje, penalties. I think straight to penalties. Final, extra time, then penalties. In between, it's seeding, which I kind of find stupid, but how we doing, soccer guy? That's the way Liga MX does it. It's about the seeding of the teams, whoever the higher seeded team is. So if you're tied on aggregate, that would be Chivas. So if they win 1-0, that would be 1-1 on aggregate. They hold it. They go through on seeding. Paunovic took fire to the 2017 season. In the 2017 season of the playoffs. Other than that, he was shit. Remember, Brian Fernandez scored twice in Chicago. Last time played him in 2019. Yeah. Well, yeah, that 2017 Fire team was actually up against TFC for most of the season. You have to wait to the final for that. Ironically enough, that Fire team in 2017 was head-to-head with TFC for most of that 2017 season. And yeah, that was his team. But I don't know what happened after that. I thought the Fire were going to be just as good in 2018. And they had no reason not to be. Toronto did. But they won the cup, so almost won CCL, so. 4th minute. Already warming up. Their substitutes, Atlas. Aziel Herrera. Is that Marquez? Marquez. Looks to me like it's Marquez. Marquez looks injured. One of their 2 wonder kids. Aziel is the other one. Who really just popped out during this Clausura. Didn't really do anything in CCL, but you know. There you go. MLS playoffs already suck, but Liga MX are somehow worse. I said seeding was stupid. I didn't say I agreed with the seeding thing. I was just saying the rules to remind. Fifth minute. Takes the shot past the post. Chivas takes the first shot across the bow of Atlas tonight. You know what? I agree, but would they sell out Levi's if it wasn't a rivalry match or a playoff game for that matter? Alejandro with the 3 super chats says 2-1 Chivas. I'd like to see it, which means Chivas would go through on seeding as well. 2-1 Chivas, 2-2 Global, if that was to happen. I got a bad feeling for Chivas. They got 3 out of 4 penalty goals, including 0 for 10 in free kick goals. This is bad happening. Well, I mean, you don't have to score free kicks to win. I mean, well, it didn't really help Toronto. When they've had good season, they score their free kicks. And 3 out of 4 penalties is 75%. I mean, that's not a bad batting average. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Well, that 1 penalty is what screws you? Well, if it's a shootout. But again, would San Jose sell out Levi's if it wasn't for a rivalry match or a playoff game? Now, if they made MLS Cup, they should use Levi's. Zaldivar for Marquez, the early sub. Marquez comes off for Zaldivar. And Quinones is giving Zaldivar a tactic talk. Ain't that something? See, that's the problem, though. If they could sell the stadium or at least get a good amount of it somewhat full, it has to be a big match, though. Double elimination or best of 3. Well, let me watch the MLS Cup playoffs and CPL playoffs and let me make a decision then. I'm not really so sure if I just think I know how it works and not in practice how it actually works. As of now, I think double elimination might actually go down smoother, but I don't exactly know until I see it work because, again, this is the first time we've really seen it work in Canadian Premier League with a double elimination, MLS, the best of 3. I got to see how that works. And they're both early rounds. It's not the whole thing, but they've done best of 3 before, but this is actually a straight best of 3 from what I'm hearing. It's not the points thing. It's a straight two versus best to 2, first to 2, which is what I thought it should be. So there can be sweeps. It's not about the points like the old version because there was an old best of 3, but that was about the points a team earned. The first 2, a certain amount of points. I think 7. I think it was 7, but don't quote me on that. First to 5 or first to 7, but I think it was 7. Like you had to at least, or the team who got the better result through 3 games, I guess. But there was always, they did every game though. The old version, there was all 3 games were played. There were no sweeps. Marquez got taken off. Pipe Mora says at the end of his recovery, he'll be back earliest late June. That's good. But again, when it comes to the old best of 3 MLS had back in the early days, they played all games. There was no sweeps. There could be sweeps here. So I guarantee you 1 versus 8 is going to be a sweep. I guess home, away, home for the better teams. If LAFC made MLS Cup, I mean, they already did well at BMO Stadium, Bank of California Stadium. Oh, that's a foul shot blocked away. That should be a free kick. 10th minute, 0-0, 0-0. I think that should have been a free kick, but okay. I think San Jose should use Levi's. I think it would be stupid for a team from LA to use a stadium in San Francisco. Rose Bowl, that would have been cool, but I think that's better for a regular season game. I say SoFi, that's past the post. Another one past the post for Chivas. Like, why would a team from LA use a San Francisco stadium? I don't know. Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you could use SoFi. That's actually in LA. Suburb as well, but still. Rose Bowl would be good too, but Levi's, that'd be a San Jose thing. So that's closer. LAFC played San Jose at Levi's because it was San Jose. Shot, cross, shot! Oh my God! Goal kick. Goal kick for Atlas. The title race is over. Arsenal bottled it. Like, Brighton's a good team, but I don't know about you, but I think that should be checked. Arsenal bottled the league. That's my thoughts. Hate it for Arsenal fans, but Barbosa, down, injured. Have Cristiano Ronaldo to Galaxy, Messi to LAFC, have them debut El Trafico so it takes place at SoFi Stadium. That's actually a good idea. I like it. Yes, I like that idea. Have another manufactured Zlatan moment, remember? That Zlatan moment, that would probably sell out the stadium. Hell, I don't even think Kroenke could sell out that stadium. So, that'd be hilarious. Oh, speaking of SoFi, I think Leagues Cup actually sold out that stadium. I think Leagues Cup sold out that stadium. Remember when they played those 2 Leagues Cup games? Showcase, I should say. Yeah, that stadium got sold out. I don't think the Rams have ever sold out that stadium by themselves. I mean, the Super Bowl they probably did. It was a Super Bowl, though. Stan Kroenke ain't sold out that stadium himself, or at least for the Rams. And you know damn well the Chargers haven't. Yeah, I feel sorry for Troops, but Arsenal was never predicted to win the league. I mean, when they bottled 4th place last year, they came back harder. They'll win the league next year. They should have fireworks shows more often because you'll attract more casuals and local fans to the games. I mean, it was cool when I saw, I think every game I've went to has had a firework display after. I know Nashville did. I know Kansas City did. I think Columbus did. At least that game. But yeah, Barcelona won La Liga today, I saw. Good for them. Because notice when fireworks shows happen, the stadiums fill up more often. I mean, I don't think Kansas City, at least back in 2018, needed it. I don't think Nashville needs it, even with that was Nissan Stadium too. They surely don't need it with Geodis Park. With that being said, I don't think Columbus needed it at MAPFRA Stadium. They sure don't at Lower. They probably just do it because they want to do it. FC Dallas stadiums are somewhat packed when they have fireworks shows. Now there's the example I needed. There's the example I needed. There we go. But I think Dallas also sort of fills up better if they're actually a good team, which is very rare and here and there. But I remember 2016 when Dallas was actually a respectable team. Toyota Stadium did fill up. I saw on highlights that it looked pretty damn full. Now it helps to have. Was that before the Hall of Fame got put there? Because I think that's even better. Like, yeah, that Hall of Fame probably does help, though. The National Soccer Hall of Fame probably does help. Probably helps. Last year, I thought Dallas had a pretty good attendance overall. I thought they did from what I saw. But then again, then we have years in between that, of course, we had COVID, but as well, the years that they were sort of crap. I mean, they used to call it Pizza Hut Park. I'm not surprised there's a pizza place right next to it. I know that has nothing to do with it. I just wanted to remind that I remembered it being called Pizza Hut Park. I had to do it. Chivas playing forward, 15th minute. Chivas looking like the better team so far, but they got to score a goal and hold a clean sheet at the very least. They have to win by 1 to go through. That's basically the situation. And by that would just be seeding, but still, that's going through straight to the defender. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I remember when Liga MX played for Copa Libertadores. Yeah, me too. The Days Pizza Park back when Carlos El Pescadito Ruiz was playing. He played on a good couple of MLS teams, and he played in Toronto. He did. Galaxy, Dallas, Toronto. I think he played for. Did he? Did he play for Houston as well? Was that somebody else? More of a Galaxy legend, though. Oh, I agree with that. He's not a Toronto legend. He's not a Toronto legend, I can tell you that much. Hell no. I'd say Galaxy, Dallas. I guess if he did play for Houston, Houston and Toronto were pretty close. But it's really Dallas and Galaxy. Galaxy and Dallasy for him. Galaxy and Dallas. What did I do there? I just freaking couple ship named Galaxy and Dallas twice. How did I do that? A player I wish we could have gotten was D-Row. Could have gotten. I like what you're saying. It was my favorite when I was a kid. Loved D-Row. I wish he stayed with Toronto the whole time. That damn check signing gesture. They wouldn't pay him. They got him for like 3 years, and then they got him that last year of his career. Then he spent the middle of it in between a little bit at Red Bull, then DC. But yeah, D-Row was a beast. He was. He still is. The dude could probably still play futsal if he wanted to. Like, he's still in damn good shape. Like, he could probably still work people if he played one of those Legends testimonials. He could probably still work the hell out of people. And I'd love to see it, honestly. Well, thank you. I still need the new green one. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. Because we freaking basically just screwed up the cap. We had to get rid of him, and I thought he was going to be a great player for us. Yeah, I know. Don't remind me. See, this is why, well, wasn't exactly the reason why I grew it that much, but there's a reason why I go with facial hair. If I don't, I have TJ Perkins syndrome. I don't look my age, which is a good thing, but in some cases. But I would do an HJU, which is a good thing in some cases. In some cases, it's not. Aside from the lighting, kind of like drains it out. Not going to lie. Notice how these days the Azteca doesn't get filled up as much during regular season compared to many years ago. Well, I think they're doing renovations while games are still being played there, at least as long as they can. So that's probably half the reason. I don't know if it's all of it. 20th minute, Atlas playing forward. So I don't know if that's all the reason, but you would think that's something. You're going to call it. I'm ready for Timbers getting revenge on RSL. RSL at the Rio Tinto. Isn't it America First Field now? Any updates on Cruz Azul getting a new stadium? I think they are. I think that's all I know. Like, I think they get it after 2026. Like, it'll be completely filled and moved into by 2026. But no, they don't use away goals in the playoffs. Ever since Repechaje, I think. I think they used to. That was before Repechaje. Yeah, this seeding things happened since Repechaje. So maybe they'll take it away after, True. I guess most RSL fans would still call it Rio Tinto. Yeah, you have a point. True. 0-0 esta noche. 0-1 Global Atlas with the 1-0 lead. As of now, they'll be going to the semifinals. Vamos Chivas, si puede. Thoughts on Brighton Munich putting the final nail in the coffin of the Gooners? Again, I said Arsenal bottled the league. They bottled it, and Brighton deserved to win that game. Maybe it should have been 2 instead of 3, but, still. Arsenal bottled the league. Simple as. I hate to see it, but you know what? There's no way Man City loses 3 straight. There's no way. Especially with the teams they got. Maybe Brighton and Chelsea, but I think it's Brentford on the final day. Chelsea could pull a shock. Probably not. Brighton could pull a shock. They've already done it. But Brighton or Brentford, I think, on the final day, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. If they did somehow bottle it, that'd be hilarious. But if City went and bottled it and Arsenal won their last 2, that'd be hilarious. And they won by a point. That would be hilarious. But that wouldn't happen. Hell, even if City were to draw, they'd still win on goal differential unless Arsenal just pumped their next 2 games like, 5-0, 6-0? Like, that would be even crazier. I know. But hey, that means Chelsea, they have the last time they didn't qualify for Europe, they won the Premier League. Remember? So, when all they had to focus on was the Premier League, FA Cup, and League Cup, they won the Premier League. That's something. The last time this happened, I know it's Pochettino walking through that door, not Mourinho, but you know what? 23rd minute. Monterrey robbed Santos, but they still went through. I say Chivas. They're the better team so far. That was Conte, yes. Hitting to Conte. 2016-17. The year after 2015-16. Yeah. One more win and City wins the league. Yep. If they win, or if Arsenal loses to Forest, City wins the league without even kicking a ball. But City could win the league on Sunday, next Sunday. It's weird to see City win with games left to spare. Last couple of years, Liverpool won with games to spare, but City didn't. Sort of anticlimactic, 25th minute. Corner, Chivas. Header. Oh, that was bad. Mozo. Alan Mozo. Cross. Header. 2, not far enough. Just a little bit more of a hook. Probably not, but I'd love to see it. But is it? It's Chelsea, then Brighton, then Brentford. I thought it was Brighton, Chelsea, Brentford. It's Chelsea next? I would love to see it. I'd laugh my ass off if they could stop City's title dreams for a week. I think it would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious, but it wouldn't happen. Bond back in goal for Galaxy. Interesting. 26th minute. Villarreal. These guys are hella fast. Former Barca coach Valverde has his team Athletic Bilbao. Played with a couple chances, but he couldn't find the back of the net. Well, that's something. Villarreal is actually pretty good, even without Unai Emery. That's what surprises me. Unai Emery actually is a good manager, turns out. Turns out, Arsenal was just a poison chalice. Unai Emery is actually a good manager, turns out. Good evening. Good evening. Barcelona could get Arsenal next Champions League season. I need it to happen. I don't want to see Arsenal get 10-2'd. We need Real Madrid to crush City's Champions League title hopes. I'm down with it. Or Inter Milan. Do you have any old jerseys? Like, when you say old jerseys, do you mean jerseys that are not used anymore or jerseys that are like 80s, 90s, early 2000s? Like, what are we saying here? And are we talking all sports or football? Yeah, I am. I am. I was already Hala Madrid. Well, it's a Liga MX game, so there we go. I'd rather it be Madrid versus Italian team because that'd be great. I don't have anything that old, so like pre-2010s, that's where we're going to cut it off. I don't have anything that old. Like the oldest I got's the Chelsea 16-17 shirt, the home shirt, the 2018 Madrid away. That's like the oldest I got. Then, of course, the 2016-17 TFC kit. And then, of course, that Mitchell and Ness looks like the Onyx kit, but not really. (16-17) away, 17-18 home, 18-19 away, 19-20 home, 20-21 away, 21-22 home, 22-23 away, current home, Parley 21. I don't have anything really that old. I'd like to buy some from Classic Football Shirts, but I don't have anything classic. 2018 USA kit. Oldest is mid-2010s at this point. I haven't really went vintage, so to speak. 29th minute. Do not buy the so-called retro kits. Sorry to break it to you, but they're not even official products. They're just remakes. I'm fine with remakes. Espinosa's finally seen his potential with the Quakes. Yeah, I could see it. I believe that. 30th minute, Atlas on the counter. Well, Everton sucks ass. What'd you expect? We talk about Classic Football Shirts here. I mean, their stuff fools me on those videos they make. I mean, they fooled me. Beltran with a free kick here. Or Chivas with a free kick. Gonzalez to take the other Fernando. K. Cal's not playing tonight for the Quakes. Other than that, first choice. Well, not too bad. Could have taken out a Bobasay. That would have been worse. Isn't Espinoza going for the golden boot right now? Is Fanatics reliable terms in terms of authentic football shirts? Yes. Every jersey that I've got as an authentic Toronto kits, of course, and that one Vancouver kit in authentics, they've been great. There's been nothing wrong. I've not had wrong names or jerseys or names put on the wrong kit. I have not seen crooked names. There we go. I've not seen crooked names. I've not seen broken patches. None of that. Some people have reported that to me over time on their shirts, but I've never. Fanatics are official, but there have been moments where they get things wrong. MLS-wise, the Toronto kits I've gotten, they've never been wrong for me. I've seen some people say there have been switch names on different jerseys, like they got a Montreal player on a Vancouver kit or so on and so forth, or I've seen people say, oh, the patch is cracked. Somebody just told me that on one of their kits. I think they got it from Real Sports, though, but still, that's sort of Fanatics. They have gotten things wrong before, but mostly legit, yeah. They've never gotten anything wrong for me, and I've had a pretty easy hit rate, or I should say a pretty possible hit rate where things could go wrong. So I think we're good. Buwanga has 9, Espinosa Morris tied by 8. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. 32nd minute. World Soccer Shop's legit too. I would agree with that. I think that's where I got my Nike Canada shirt. The red one was World Soccer Shop. So there you go. Yeah. The black shirt, the business blacks, was a replica of Fanatics. That was fine too, but there was no names on it, so it was already, you can't screw that one up, frankly. It's the names and the patches that could get more screwed up. Abobasek starting for the Quakes. As I said, you shouldn't sit him. Cade Cowell sitting's okay to me, personally. 33rd minute. I was trying to shade Cade Cowell. What are you doing? I got this at an Adidas store in Nashville when I was back in Nashville. Same with a Nashville shirt. Opryland Mall. Not that bougie mall. I'm talking about the Opryland Mall. America number 1. Not on the table. They're second, but they're not number 1 on the table. Opryland's nice. Been there many times. I agree with that. There's a secret way to tell if the jersey's real or fake, and it saved my ass. Well, spill. There's some Chinese sites that are selling authentic jerseys for $17. Yeah. They really hit you with a freaking shipping and handling, and it's also still fake. Save my wallet, too. What? Were you worried about getting hit with the shipping and handling? 34th minute. Settle was settled. 0-0. Atlas would win the tie as of now. But Chivas have been the better team so far. So let's see how that turns. Speaking of, we will have a Campeón de Campeones to decide the Campeón de Campeones of Mexico. And that will decide who plays in Leagues Cup, or not Leagues Cup, Campeones Cup against LAFC. Pachuca versus the winner of this Clausura tournament, which could be Chivas, Atlas, America, Monterrey, or Tigres. One of those 5, because this isn't over yet. Shot, what the? That's going to be a free kick for Atlas. 35th minute. Did you walk through that hotel where there's a pond? It's a nice hotel in Opryland. No, I just went to the mall. I didn't walk through Peabody. Is there a Peabody there? Or was that just the Opryland Hotel? Either way, didn't walk through that. Just went to the mall. Back when I was in Nashville, stayed at that bento living place that were basically like apartment-like rooms, Airbnb-like rooms. It was nice. MLS penalty shootouts make my stomach throw up. Yeah, some of them have been bad. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And honestly, if I went back to Nashville, I would stay at that bento living thing again. It was nice. Honestly, better an actual hotel. 2 big guitar statues. You should go if you go back. Would rather do that than go to that bougie mall that I went to. That was a waste of time. Have retro kits and admit I was fooled. We all sometimes get fooled. About to sell them hoes and get my money back because you could fool other people. The con goes on. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. It's just carny tactics. Atlas. Oh, what a save! Off the line. What a save. Orozco gets in there off the line. Furch almost scored, but Orozco saves it off the line. Oh my word, he gets in behind and saves it off the line. What a freaking play. Well, technically, it's not a group. It's the Swiss system. Don't forget. Top 8 goes straight to the round of 16. 9 to 16. 9 to 24 play a playoff to be the other 8. Remember that. See, it's just carny. It's just some carny things to do. Sell a jersey that nobody would get fooled by but you. Do the carny thing. Get your money back. Do the carny thing. Get your money back. Nobody's the wiser. Nobody is the wiser. That's a foul. Free kick for Chivas. Chivas still the better team. 39th. Swiss 2 years from now, not next year. Okay. So next year is still the last year of the group stage, then the Swiss system. Then why don't they already post about it on Instagram? You would think. Like, remember in 2 years. What? You would think they would do that the year before, like the summer before. But okay, I guess you need double reminders. Like, what's the point? Am I the only one? 40th minute. 40th minute. 0-0, 0-0, 0-1 global. Nice play. Atlas is still trying to build in. 40th minute, 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Good game so far. '40th minute. Chivas need to get a goal. They tie on aggregate. Don't forget 1-0 by Atlas leg 1. Exactly. If Chivas wins this 1-0, they will go through on seeding. If they win a game by 1, whether it be 2-1, 1-0, 3-2, they will go through on seeding. There's no away goals. There's no extra time, no penalties. It's about if the higher seeded team is tied, they will go through, which, again, I said is stupid, but that's the rules. Oh! 41st minute. Them's the rules. I hope they get rid of it when the repechaje goes away, because this was not a thing before the repechaje. Hopefully, they get rid of it. I guess it's because of the amount of games to be played. Because games are one after the other, and the repechaje adds another, and it's basically every 3 days, which I get why there's no extra time. I guess that's the point. But if there's no repechaje, maybe we will get extra time back for each tie, because it's less time in between, especially for... I guess that's the point. That's my guess. I'm not saying I'm trying to rationalize it. I'm just trying to figure this out. 42nd minute. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Liga MX actually cares about the players' well-beings. Who would have thought? You could say putting games every 3 days is a bad idea, but you know what? You could be sadist and make them play extra time every week. Could be. Cross in. Cleared away corner. 43rd minute. I don't think MLS would do the seeding thing. I don't think they're that stupid. Besides, single legs, you could easily do extra time and penalties. Even with a best of 3, a team has to win 2 games because there's going to be a penalty shootout. So technically, that's the winning team after 90. Now, that's a little bit more questionable, but, still not as bad as seeding. Like, what if they did use seeding in the best of 3, saying if the team who's the better seed draws, they get the win? What if they did that, and that's how they won the tie? The second best team, the lower seed, wins 1, but game 1 and 3 are draws, so the higher seed team goes through. Ain't that something? That sounds like good food. Good. 44th minute. I'm not saying that's a good idea. Chivas is the better team by far now, or throughout this game, and he puts it over the bar. You want that Clásico Nacional, don't you? And that Clásico Regio. You want 2 Clásico semifinals. I would think everybody does. Or that. Hey, I learned you don't ask for a certain opponent. That's not a good thing. Listen to me. You don't ask for a certain opponent. That quickly turns wrong. That quickly turns badly. Yes. Barca. Club America is the Barca Liga MX. Why? Because I hate them. Both. They're not Real. They're Barcelona. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Why would I compare a team that I like against a team that I hate, say they're the Real Madrid of a league? No, they're Barcelona. Besides, you live dangerously. Okay. I'm just telling you, when I said we want Florida, well, or Leafs fans in general said we want Florida, what happened? I'm just saying, you don't ask for a team. It never ends well. And I guess anybody who said we want Bama over the past decade and a half, and my dumb ass will say it before week 5. LA Galaxy and honestly, LA Galaxy and LAFC at this point. Galaxy is, well, historically, yes. Yeah, I'll just go LAFC, LA Galaxy. So much parity that you really can't. I'll give it because of Galaxy's history. Besides, who's the Man City? New York City FC. Wink. See what I did there? 47th minute. Besides, America and Barcelona have that same snooty vibe, you know, of American pro sports in general. The Yankees. They're the Man City. The New York Yankees. Which I do not like the Yankees. I hate the Yankees. If I root for a team from New York in baseball, it's going to be the Mets. I actually have a soft spot for the Mets. I'm saying it's NYCFC because they're owned by Man City. They have won a championship, though. Got to start somewhere. Even Man City started somewhere. And besides, NYCFC, up until they won that championship, was one of the best teams on points for like the whole time they were in MLS. So they may not have had the trophies, but they had the points. It's not, if you look into the numbers, it's not that crazy, even though they're owned by Man City. It's not that crazy. They've actually been pretty good. Points-wise. Cross. They also made the conference final last year still somehow. Thank you for beating Montreal. I didn't need that. Thank you for bitching out Montreal like you did. I did not need them in the conference final. That was walking a tightrope, okay? Besides, I think New York Philly was a better conference final as well. Just for the moments. And that's halftime. Halftime, 0-0. Chivas has been the better team. No, Red Bulls are Red Bull. Besides, Red Bull's never been good enough to even be called Man United. Nil-nil, 0-0. Halftime, medio tiempo. 0-1 global. 0-1 on aggregate. Atlas will be going through if this holds for another 45 plus. But this ain't over yet. Chivas has been the better team. Can they find the goal? At least one, and hopefully not get scored on. Sit tight will be back. Red Bulls will never be united. They might look like they're united when they play Toronto on Wednesday, but they're not going to truly be united. See, I covered myself on that one. See? See what I did there? We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, talk about the game, and see how the second half turns. Sit tight, we'll be back. I could give a crap less about hockey after the Leafs got eliminated. I don't feel like watching hockey right now. I don't. Not after how that series went down. Maybe I'll watch the Stanley Cup final, but I don't feel like watching hockey right now. I don't. Especially that rigged NHL against Canadian teams. I don't feel like it. Nah. I got to decompress from the Leafs being eliminated. I got to at least internalize it before I start watching again. First step has happened. The first step has happened already. I'll probably watch the Stanley Cup final, especially if the Oilers make it. Other than that, maybe I'll watch the end of the conference finals. But yeah, I don't feel like it. Not one bit. Not yet, at least. Hey, at least I said I'd watch the Stanley Cup Finals. You could be the NBA, and I ain't watched nothing since the Raptors didn't make it, or they got eliminated, but technically didn't make it. Be the NBA. Could be worse. Sit tight. We'll be back. Now we're at break. Smash that like button. I'm watching Liga MX. Technically, these teams aren't losers because this is playoffs. Besides. But yeah, I would agree, maybe. But, you know, I watch it so you don't have to. I'm okay putting myself through torture. I can put myself through torture. So there you go. I mean, if Steve Dangle could do it, I sure can. Look at all the teams I root for. Jeez. Probably the West are favorites. So if LeBron gets to the finals, yes, he will. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Yep. I say they do. They're the better team. They're the better team. So, yes. But again, look at the teams I root for. TFC, Leafs, Mississippi State, Blue Jays. At least the Raptors won a title. So they're kind of safe for a couple of years for saying, you know, I willingly put myself through torture. Hey, the good times are good times, but, you know, when it's bad, it's bad. There you go. Stats at the half. We've been footing around it for too long. Stats at the half. 6 shots to 6. 164 accurate passes, 78% to 96. 66%. 8 fouls to 6. 2 offside to 0. 1 corner to 1. 60% possession to 40. 5 shots off target to 3. 0 shots on goal to 1. That's probably that save, that touch off. 212 passes to 147, 77% pass accuracy to 90 or 65, 96 accurate passes. 18 throws to 12. 0 yellow cards to 1, no red cards on either side. 0-0 at the half. 0-0. 0-1. Aggregate. 0-1 global. Well, I do. If Toronto was to make the Champions League, they won't. I'm just saying, who knows? Maybe they'll go ass over tea kettle and this little bad patch is forgotten in 4 months. Whether it's to Leagues Cup or MLS Cup, you know, maybe. It probably won't be, but let me hope. Let me hope. Underway in Edmonton. I mean, I hope Edmonton wins. You know, I hope they win. I have a soft spot for Edmonton, ironically. I have a soft spot for Edmonton. I like Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. Vegas scored already. Hey, they've had some quick goals in that season. They'll go ass over tea kettle. They'll fall. They'll somehow win something that they don't deserve to win, but they'll find a way to win in some weird way, shape, or form. Like they get bounces. It gets lucky. They win lucky times. They do lucky things that help them win something that they don't deserve to win. Ass over tea kettle. Basically saying, if you fall on your ass and you roll over, go face first into a pool, so to speak, you fell over. You didn't mean to go into the pool, but you did. Pretty much. It's just a Southern expression, ass over tea kettle. It's like doing something you shouldn't do, but you do it anyway, which I wouldn't be mad about, but, you know, I'm not going to complain. But that's pretty much exactly what's going to happen. But, yeah, Jamie win. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. John Morant's very disappointed. I can't believe he threw away his NBA career. He's a cornball. Like, how do you do that again? It's like, oh, I went to therapy. I got a 6-game suspension or whatever, you know, and then get caught in 4K on Instagram Live flashing a gun again. That makes no sense. Yeah, no. McDavid scored right back less than a minute in. Yeah, that Vegas Oilers series have had goal after goal. It's had goal after goal. Who's winning League's Cup? At this point, LAFC. LAFC is going to win everything. I've never been more sure of something. I'm being realistic here, all right? It's hard for me to do that when there's hope, but you know what? John Morant's already been suspended from OTA, off-season team activities. So I'm sure he'll get suspended for like 20 games for the new season. If David Stern was allowed to be half the year. Oh, the Sub-20 World Cup starts on May 20th. Oh, that's only 6 days away. It's all on Telemundo and Peacock. I could do that. Good answer. Yeah. Barcelona recently won La Liga. They did today. That's really recently. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. That's really recently. 0-0 at the half. 0-1 aggregate. 0-1 global. 0-0 or 0-0 esta noche. Chivas needs to find that goal, but I think they will. They've been the better team throughout this game. If they just keep playing the way they have, it's going to fall their way. And they'll probably keep that clean sheet, which they only need one. They only need one thanks to the seeding rule. They only need one. Whether it was away goals or not, they only need one. They're the better seeded team. They only need one. What do you think of Chelsea's women's team winning the FA Cup in front of almost 80,000 fans at Wembley? I was happy about seeing it. Chelsea's women's team has been great this year. Heartbreaking they didn't get to the Women's Champions League final. They're probably going to win the Women's Super League. They're well coached. They've won the Women's FA Cup against Man United, who they're right behind in the league. So, again, they've been playing really well. They're always technically awesome, technically great under Emma Hayes. They always are just trophy-winning team, the women's Chelsea side. At least they've been good. But they've always been a good team. So, happy for them winning the Women's FA Cup at Wembley with 80,000 fans. That's a pretty good attendance. As long as Chivas wins, they'll advance by one, which technically that is winning, yes. Technically that is winning. You are right. Vamos Chivas. Warren Fogle, 2-1 Oilers. Holy, you're right. Ryan Hermano, ya eres mexicano. See, Nike withdrew Jaws endorsement deal. Call me corny, but I don't know why he wants to emulate the rap lifestyle. The thing that gets me is the man is from the suburbs. He had a really good life. I don't know why he's trying to get out the league and emulate the rap lifestyle if he never had that lifestyle before. I don't get it either. And I don't think I'm corny. Like, you never lived that life. You didn't get it out the mud. You had a middle-class lifestyle. Your dad wears sweater vests. Dude, this was never the life you were meant to lead, Ja. Like, if you're not just getting out the mud, let's be honest here. Like, if you're middle class and you had a loving family and you didn't get out the mud and you had a really good chance to succeed, why you're emulating the rap lifestyle in any case is just stupid. Like, if you got it out the mud, you have it in you. You have that dog in you, of course. If you're rich, or if you're middle class and you're succeeding without it, why are you doing it? And I don't think I'm corny. So, best of 7. He already had it. He didn't need to act like a gangster to get it. He already had it. Honestly, the way he's doing it, he's losing it. I want TFC Chivas to have a rematch Leagues Cup so we could whoop y'all again. At this point, you would. And it wouldn't even be a penalty shootout. You would whoop us. I don't think I'd say 2018 was a whooping, but you would whoop us now. That would shut me up. Atlas going forward. Second half is kicked off. That's over the bar by Herrera, Aziel Herrera. But again, when it comes to Ja Morant, the man had the street cred before he started pulling this cornball stuff. Like, he doesn't even... Like, that's the worst part. It's not even believable. He's going after people that aren't even as hard or as hard as him. He went after a rent-a-cop because the rent-a-cop kicked his mother out of the mall, out of a finish line. That's not gangster. That's just throwing your weight around. Like, why are you going after a mall cop? Jeez. Oh, by the way, freaking, he at least threatened a 17-year-old at a pickup game at his house. I don't know if he actually shot the kid. That may have been the case. Again, that's throwing your weight around. And then flexing with guns on IG Live twice, that's throwing your weight around. Nothing about that is gangster. That just seems, I don't know. What's the word? That just seems insecure. You know? That just seems like you're fronting. Like, try that with somebody who actually is about that life. See, that's the problem. We know he's not about that life. That's the problem. Try that against somebody who's about that life. Not a mall cop, not a 17-year-old, not on IG Live flexing a Beretta or whatever it was. Dude, yeah, he's trying too hard, way too hard, and he's throwing his weight around. The man had street cred before he did all that. Like, he tries the wrong person, it ain't going to end well. If he ain't learned his lesson already, which I guess he didn't, considering he said he did, and then he did this again. When you try the wrong person. Oh, yeah, I remember. I'm like, did we? I know we won 2-1, but we didn't win the shootout, so did we really win? That was my reaction. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm not taking a moral victory. How about you score a second goal the first leg? We'd be champions right now. Or maybe don't send the ball over the frickin' bar into the moon. Oh, wait, yeah, he did that. He sent the ball into the moon, into space. And then you had like 6 chances to score another goal at home. I mean, 49th minute. Reminds me of Mario Balotelli at Liverpool. Man was a disaster. Well, Balotelli, at least, I'd say he's more talented of an athlete than Ja was, or is. Balotelli had way more potential than Ja has in one finger. Balotelli was a train wreck, but I think he's starting to realize. No, I want revenge. I want revenge. Yeah, but at least he didn't flex. He didn't fake like something he wasn't. AKA, I wouldn't test Balotelli. I would test Ja Morant, though. I agree. They would have done better. Galaxy almost scored. 50th minute. 0-0, 0-0. I would have been on Balotelli's good side, frankly. If it was me, I'd rather be on Balotelli's good side. John Moran, on the other hand, probably be fun if you tested him. I never got the feeling that Balotelli was something he's not, or trying to act like something he's not, so to speak. But yeah, he definitely wasted his potential. I will say that much. Free kick for the Earthquakes in the San Jose LA game. Free kick for Atlas here. '51st minute. If Atlas scores, you could say this tie is pretty much over, even though Chivas has been the better team. Scoring 2 goals in 30-something minutes starts to get a bit harder. That's off the wall. All Atlas has to do is park the bus at this point, or get one on the counter attack, but still. No free kick, and they think that was a handball. Header falls back, lost by, that'll be a throw-in for Chivas. That's out for a throw once again for Chivas. 52nd minute. Plays forward here. Looking for that one goal. Takes a shot over the bar. My word, that was horrible. Beltran puts one over. Playing forward. And he's holding his face. What are you doing? Barbosa's down, acting like he got slapped. I need to see the replay on that. Caligari, Galaxy right back, just wide. Well, that sucks. 54th minute. Boom. Oh, he didn't even get hit. Oh, my God. Nothing even happened. Nothing even happened. Get up. Oh, I was hit. Yeah, right. I got slapped in the face. Yeah, right. Playing forward. Nice. Alexi Vega save. Save by Camilo Vargas. Best chance Chivas has had all night. Alexi Vega, he could have taken a little bit more time. And there you go. That would have been amazing. But takes a one-timer and pops it straight to the hands. Take your time with it. 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 Honestly, yeah, Real Madrid didn't really look that good at the Club World Cup. I think they could have been beaten. Five wins, 8 games at home this season. Liga MX, 1 draw, 2 losses. 5-1-2. That ain't too bad. Throw in. '56th minute. Chivas looking for that goal. They need a goal. Atlas probably wants a goal, but they don't need it. That is the big difference. All Atlas has to do is park the bus, especially now. The sands are running through the hourglass. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of this game. Chivas playing forward. I remember Veljko Paunovic was a coach ever since stepping out Chicago Fire 2019, coach at Reading, AFL Championship. He was bad in the championship with Reading, no promotions. And now Reading's going down, so maybe it's even worse over there. Maybe he was in a bad situation, I don't know, in Chicago and in Chivas, or Reading, not Chivas. Maybe he's actually a good coach. I need to look into Reading. I mean, they did go down. They just went down, right? Makes sense. Maybe he was actually the one keeping them up. Who knows? I'm just saying. Maybe he's a really damn good coach, Veljko Paunovic. Maybe he's a really good coach. And he finally got a chance to show it. Free kick for Atlas, 58th minute. Who's to say? Who's to say? Yeah, because didn't Reading just go down? Aziel Herrera on the ball. That's out for a corner. Will MLS ever become the best league in the world? At some point, I think they'll be fighting for it. I mean, there's so much money and so many people in the USA that there's so much possible market share that it should. I don't know if we'll ever see it. If they crack the code to longevity and longevity escape velocity, we will see it. But with current known situations, we may not. Or the current status quo, we will not. Probably not. Most of us will not. Now, if they figure out, crack the code to longevity and reversing aging and longevity escape velocity, we probably will see it. Most of us probably will. And I'm not being facetious. I'm actually... You called it. Chivas scored. Here's a corner. I'm behind on Peacock. Let's do this, and then I'll answer. 59th minute. Corner. Vega to take. I'm behind. Damn, Peacock is behind like a mug. Cross in. Header. Goal. 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 Goal to Chivas. 1-0 esta noche. 1-1. Global. The seeding puts them ahead if they hold. 1-0. Off the header, off the corner. Sepulveda. I think it was Sepulveda. Yep, Gilberto Sepulveda scores. Gilberto Sepulveda scores the header. Dive bombing the ball into the net. Vargas couldn't get there. It's 1. The goal finally comes. 60th minute. There we go. Just like how I chose to be a Blue Jays, Raptors, and Leafs fan, I chose to be a TFC fan. I chose it when I was young. It's what I wanted to do, and turns out those decisions might have been arguably stupid. But, in Mississippi, you don't have any pro teams. You can choose what you want. Shot! Saved by Vargas. You can choose what you want in my book. I chose Toronto Sports. Yeah, not smart. No. Yeah, not too smart, but at least I have good teams that are backups. My second and third teams and all that in other leagues. I'd say by the 30s, if not already, but I think we might have crossed that Rubicon already. Sepulveda scores. Watching the LA San Jose game, getting my notes on LA ahead of the midweek match in Columbus. I say Columbus should win that, but I feel bad for Atlas. Not me. I don't feel bad for Atlas. I need to see a possibility that Toronto beats these guys. So, no, I don't feel bad for them one bit. I didn't feel bad against Philly. I don't feel bad for them right now. Looks like there may have been a handball on that play, that last Chivas attack right there. If they make it 2, if they make it 2, they're looking at VAR. This could be a penalty. They're going to VAR for handball. If Chivas get this and they score, they pretty much have just wrapped this up. Yeah, I would say that, considering most games are in MLS stadiums. That hit his hand. That hit Aguirre's hand on the way up. Technically, to me, that's not natural position. That's not in the silhouette. That's going to VAR. Chivas might just get a penalty here. Good. Nope, they're not checking it, actually. My bad. They're not. And I figured out how to fast forward peacocks. There we go. We good. Yes. No penalty. I think they got screwed. I think that should have went to VAR, but okay. Does ball lie? Here comes Chivas. It seems like it doesn't. Cross in. Or not. Maybe it does. 64th minute. No era penal. No, it was. Atlas got. It's Ratlas doing it once again, but instead of VAR in favor of them. Well, technically, I guess it was. They don't check VAR because they know it would have been against them. Monterrey versus Tigres, America versus Chivas at the moment. Al momento, Monterrey contra Tigres, America contra Chivas a las semifinales. Yes. No, it was a penalty, but I guess Atlas's money also works if they don't want them to see a call that would go against them. Ratlas pays the refs. Al deposito. Arbitro de la deposito. Fernando Beltran gets a yellow card. There you go, 65th minute. 75-85, 25 minutes. Referee Victor Alfonso Caceres, don't forget that. They all get paid by Rotloss. They all get paid by Rotloss. Hey, at least Pro Refs is going to run the League's Cup, right? We can't get screwed by them, or Rotloss going to pay them too. I just realized what's going to happen. Group stage. Big save. Jimenez. It should be 2-0. Well, who knows, they would have scored the penalty, but it should have been a penalty. Should have been damn near 2-0. Ha! I don't get it. Rotloss is at it again. Instead of VAR helping them, well, I guess it did, but it would have been bad. Give the refs a briefcase. They probably do. And they also put a bowling bag on the table to tell them if they don't do their job, well, that's the next thing they'll see. Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Good point. And then they put a bowling bag on the table with a briefcase saying if they don't do their job, that's the next thing they'll see. 67th minute. Rotloss are at it again. The LA Stadium's pretty much empty. The Capo's trying to make noise, but you could hear a pin drop. Fans must still be protesting. The only ones not protesting are Angel City Brigade. They sold out. They're the ones who sold out because it seems like Klein paid off their debts, but that's none of my business. Semi de Clásicos. Only if Klein got his ass out. He said he wouldn't if they don't win a playoff round. I don't believe him. He'll forget about that when the season ends, especially if they make the playoffs. Just wait. If they don't make the playoffs, no, I think he has to hold himself to it. But if they make the playoffs, he'll forget about it. Say, but we made the playoffs. Did you see the start to our season? He'll try to rationalize it. Just wait. 68th minute. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. LA Galaxy is supposed to be a team of players with class, but unfortunately, Chris Klein messed that up. I agree with that. Are the Galaxy and Angel City under the same ownership? No. Because if they were, they'd be playing at Dignity Health Sports Park, not Bank of California Stadium. I agree with that one. TFC should have permanently banned Bacala Jr. and K instead. Thank you. I agree. '69th minute. 1-0 Chivas. LAFC doing what LA Galaxy isn't. Exactly. 69th minute. 1-0, 1-0, 1-1, global. Chivas avanzar al momento. Chivas will advance on seeding with a 1-1 aggregate and the 1-0 win here if this holds for 20 minutes. 70th minute plus stoppage time. Three of the top four advance. And then Tigres upsets Toluca in these quarterfinals. Of course, there's going to be an upset. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. And K aggressed. I would agree with that. Yeah. 70th minute. 1 loss in 8 visiting matches this season. 2 wins, 5 draws for Atlas. Looks like that'll be a second. And Chivas almost. Alan Moso almost gets the second, which would have put this one away. That would have put this one away had he scored. I don't think Atlas scores 2 in 20 minutes. Not the way they've been playing. And the seed that they have. Who knows, though? Alexi Vega, back heel. Not close enough. 71st minute. Halftime 0-0 Galaxy Quakes. Well, there you go. Might as well watch the second half after this is over while I'm doing the review. Makes sense. Yeah, I believe it. 72nd minute. '72nd, 1-0. Chivas have dominated this game, and they finally broke down the Atlas wall, the bus, and got one. They have the lead in this tie thanks to seeding. If they scored a second, they win outright. Well, they win either way, but it would feel better to win outright. I bet. 72nd minute. Chivas looking for a second. They should have had a penalty earlier. A second puts this one away and wins it outright. As of now. They could still win on seeding if Atlas were to score a second. Or to score theirs. For the past small few years, I was wanting to watch La Liga, but then again, what is the point of watching that league when we already know the winners are going to be Barcelona or Real Madrid or Atletico every so often? Let's not discount Atleti. Let's not discount Atleti. Come on now. '73rd minute. Cleared away. Gadi Aguirre clears that away because that rolled still straight to his foot. Also, founder of Reddit, too. 74th minute. I was going to put Atletico in, but the YouTube characters count thing. Fair enough. 74th minute. Cross in, another corner. Header cleared away by Furch. Last man back was Julio Furch. Okay. 74th minute. Chivas still looking for a second because they want to win outright. They're fine with winning on seeding, but they got to win outright, or they want to. Why not? They've been dominating the game. They deserve it. That's over the bar. Goal kick, 75th minute. Yeah, I would agree with that. Because they're easy to use, more people could use them. Because we didn't think of it. We're not old enough, you know. By the way, we don't know how to code. I don't know that, but, you know, we may not know how to code. And by the way, when those things were thought up, I was still... When MySpace was thought of, I wasn't even in school yet. By the time Reddit was thought up, I was still in elementary school. I might have still been elementary school. I think so. It was like 2009 when Twitter, Instagram, just into junior high, Pinterest. I'd say that was about Point is, at least all these platforms besides TikTok are a decade old. So we're all too young to have figured it out, if not more. It's all about the timing. Besides, we don't know how to code. Alexi Vega, save by Vargas. So it's all about the timing, pretty much. They knew how to code and they were young enough to go for it, but not so young that it would be just a Cloud Cuckoo Lander situation. Ronaldo Cisneros is coming on for Chivas, the former Atlanta United man. Brizuela for Perez, one of the subs, and Ronaldo Cisneros for Fernando Beltran. 2-1 Oilers, end of the first period. '77th minute. Ten, 13 minutes. 13 minutes to go. 13 minutes to go plus stoppage time in this game. As of now, Chivas will at least go through on seating. Well, actually, would you buy your own football club if you had the means? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Will Chivas make the final? I have a feeling they will. I have a funny feeling they will, yes. I'm scared the Outlaws might try to pull off a Robin no era penal. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Yeah, it is Outlaws after all. It is Rotloss after all. 78th minute. Sub for Outlaws. Yeah, people who do that. Mauro Manotas is coming on for Outlaws. Former Houston Dynamo man, 79th minute for Brian Lozano. But yeah, that just annoys me. Like, if it's your private story, that's fine. But if you're putting it on your main story, come on now, man. What are you doing? Come on now. What are you doing? Like 30 TikToks? Or at least like 15 with like 2 different parts because, 10 seconds? Come on now. Besides, people who still are addicted to Snapchat after you get out, like you're in the later years of college, seriously. You could use it once or twice a day. I'm not saying completely get rid of it, but if you're just Snapchatting like you're 15 and you're almost out of college or out of college and you're not a celebrity, get over yourself. I can understand a celebrity doing it because, they have to build their brand. But if you're a regular person and you're Snapchatting like you're 15 and you're almost out of college or are out of college, high school, it got questionable, after high school, it got questionable. Now you're really pushing it. Come on now. 80th minute. Like, you can post once or twice a day, you know? I mean, if you still have some streaks. I mean, I do. More like Greenville, Mississippi. Put a team in Greenville, Mississippi. But, you know, there you go. USL Championship, probably. Yeah, same here. What is Snapchat? The app where pictures go bye-bye after 24 hours and low-key texting, you know? That app. The Ghost app. 81st minute. I mean, it's the Ghost app for a reason. Yeah. 2 subs for Chivas. Like, seriously, Snapchat really is just for younger people. Not really, no. Bad team in Mexico like Venados FC. I mean, they did steal the stories, but still. 82nd minute. Like, really, Snapchat's for either really young people or people who are for the streets. I don't think they strayed far off that line. Or at least some people use it as it was intended. Either way. She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets. I mean, people still use it as intended. If that was the intention. '83rd minute. Mayorga Flores coming on for Chivas with minutes to go. Atlas scores. Chivas scores, or Atlas scores. Chivas are eliminated. It's getting tight. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. I would bet on it. See, I would bet on it. Probably the secretive aspect, but same reason why when it came out, seems like that was the first one everybody had in middle school. Guzman for Flores. It is. But again, I would guess that it's still popular with the younger crowd. 85th minute. I would guess it's still popular with the younger crowd. 85th minute. Playing forward. 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Chivas looks like they'll hold on here. At the end of the day, looks like they'll hold on here. Oh, sometime this week they're going to put out the logo to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I told him happy birthday. Big shout out to Rocky, Talking the Woods. Happy birthday to him. Hope it was a good day for him. Hope he enjoyed it. Yeah, I agree with that. 86th minute. Mayorga to take the throw in. Getting a little bit chippy here. 87th minute. '87th minute. Think Outlaws gave up. All they got to do is score a goal. I mean, why would they give up? They score a goal, they win 2-1 on aggregate. People tend to forget pictures are meant for memories. I agree with that. 88th minute. Aziel Herrera, big save, cleared. Jimenez catches. Atlas, see, that's why you don't give up. They almost had a moment. Big save for Jimenez for Chivas. They will be going through if they hold on for 3 minutes plus stoppage time. 88. Or 2 minutes plus stoppage time, I should say. Aziel Herrera almost was the hero for Atlas, but Jimenez was the hero for Chivas. Shot, save! Big save, Jimenez, once again. And you said they gave up. Camilo Vargas runs out of his box. He has to play the ball. If he doesn't, 89th minute. Jimenez is earning his pay. I can tell you that much. Tonight, he's earning his pay tonight with those last couple of saves. 89th minute. 1 minute plus stoppage time. If this result holds, they will face America in the semifinals. Clásico Nacional. 2 Clásicos in the semifinals if this holds. .40 seconds. Second half of Galaxy Quakes underway. Okay. Save. Punch. But Furch is right there. If Atlas are to score a goal, they would play Monterrey in the semifinals. Tigres would face America. 10 seconds. Shot off the bar. Oh, my word. Whew. Boy. Chivas are looking for trouble. 90th minute. How much stoppage time? How much? 5 minutes. We go 95 minutes. Chivas may not hold. They've been close to giving that one up. They got to hold for 5 minutes. 5 minutes or score one on the counter. Atlas have not given up. Chivas dominated this game for 85 minutes. Trejo's coming on for Guadalajara with 4 minutes to go. I do. I like the little red triangles. I like the blue. Yeah, I like it. 91st minute throw in. 4 more minutes. No, not cheering for him. If that's the one I can stream, if it's on Thursday, Sunday, I'd be cheering for Chivas. 92nd minute. '92nd minute. 3 more to go. Oh. Corner for Atlas. It's 3 minutes. 92nd minute. Chivas. 1-0. 1-0. 1-1 global. Chivas avanza al momento. 1-1 on aggregate. They will advance on seeding if they hold on for 3 minutes. Chivas. Throw in Atlas. It's coming down to the wire, I can tell you that much. It's not over yet. It's coming down to the wire. All Atlas needs is 1. If they get it, they go through. Things could change on a dime. Cleared by Chivas with 2 to go. 2:20 to go. Throw in. 54% possession to 46% possession. Sounds about right. 93rd minute with 2 minutes to go. Can Chivas hold? Can they hold the fort? Can they hold the fort down? That is the question. 2 minutes or score on the counter, but that was a really good chance they sort of pissed away. But if you waste time, that means less time for Atlas to score. Offside. Throw in 94th minute. Like the Pachuca versus Santos game. I would agree, yeah. 1.5 minutes. 90 seconds. Save! Punched away, Jimenez. They want a free kick the other way, but they won't get it. Jimenez holding his shoulder. Looking for the physio. Jimenez made a big play. He did. Punched. And Quinones runs into the shoulder of Jimenez. With a minute to go, we might play a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they've made all subs. He has to stay in. He has to stay in. 30 seconds. There'll be a free kick. At the very least, 30 seconds. With that stoppage, we might go 95-30. But he's up. "95 minutes. We're not done yet. 95 minutes. There will be some extra time. Then 95. That's going to go to Vargas. He heads it away. 95th minute. We will at least get 30 seconds more, if not to the 96th minute, because of that injury Slight injury to Jimenez. 95-30. Nations League 2023-24 draw on Tuesday. Toronto Red Bulls on Wednesday. Here's a chance. Right to Vargas. That could have been put away. That could have been the game right there. Chivas almost got the one they needed to not have to worry. Yellow card. Free kick for Atlas going into the 96th minute. 96th minute. Atlas, they take it quickly though. 96th minute. Perez gets the yellow. They will have this chance. Atlas. Off the arm. No penalty. Full time. Full time. Full time. Chivas holds on. 1-0 on the night. 1-0 esta noche. 1-1 on aggregate. 1-1 global. Chivas wins on seeding. They will be going on to the semifinals against Club America for Clásico Nacional. Chivas avanza de las semifinales de las posiciones. Avanzar contra América en las semifinales Clásico Nacional. América on Wednesday. Damn it. I'll check the schedule again just so. But TFC, I guess. There we go. Orozco saved that game with that save on Furch. Chivas wins. They're through with the seeding. 1 versus 7. Tigres 7. 1 versus 7. Monterrey versus Tigres. America versus Chivas 2 versus 3. 3 of the top 3 seeds got through. Of course, Tigres was the one upset against Toluca. Chivas still has a chance at Liga MX. America, Chivas, Tigres, and Monterrey can win the trophy. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you on Tuesday for a live watch along and reaction to the 2023-24 CONCACAF Nations League draw. So we have Monday off, but I will see you on Tuesday. Shouldn't be much, but it will be something. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you within the hour for the review of this as well. Peace.